Training with ankylosing spondylitis, something that I've done for the past 2 years, 2 months, 3 months to be exact maybe, or at least tried to do. And yeah, for all those that are watching this who have Ankspond or who have some sort of inflammatory disease or something of that nature, you'll understand how hard it is, to the point where you start to think, can you even do any sort of physical activity with Ankspond, let alone play sport and compete and push yourself to the levels that I want to, and the levels that some other people have actually pushed themselves to. If you just YouTube some other people, as I'm sure you have. But anyway, these are my 5 points that I have to think about for me when it comes to my training, and I thought I'd share them with you to maybe see if this can help anyone, and to potentially hear if anyone else has some points that they know helps them to think about, and some things that they're doing to help themselves train with this ankylosing spondylitis. This isn't like a special AS top, by the way. I'm not walking around just brandishing, yes, I've got ankylosing spondylitis, look at my AS jacket. No, this is actually just my initials, as you could probably gather from knowing me or from the channel name. Point number 1, most important point, none of the rest can take place if we don't get number 1 right, and that is nothing to do with training, it's diet. This is irrelevant in my case. All of the training points, strength points, all the science, all the different things you can do and think about are irrelevant and have been irrelevant, I've come to realize, without getting this on point, without getting this as strict as possible, and about trying as much as possible, because I've tried it, trust me. I've been with countless physios, strength coaches, worked a lot myself, tried rest, tried swimming, tried all sorts of different things, and just without actually coming to the realization that I needed to change my diet quite drastically, did anything actually start to happen. It would just be one like session, one new thing, or just like a half an hour walk even, and I'd have a massive flare up, and like an 8 out of 10, 10 out of 10 flare up, and be like, well, how am I even gonna progress this or build on this if I walk for half an hour and I'm in dire pain? So get that right, number 1, forget about everything else. Think about how you're eating, read some books, read the paleo approach, read any other book you want on autoimmune disease, on ankylosing spondylitis, and start there. Number 2, accepting discomfort. Once you get the diet in place and you start to realize you can do stuff and without getting a massive flare up because you've sorted out the food that you're putting inside your body, don't just think that this pain is going to entirely go away. Kind of what I thought. I had amazing results from when I first switched up the diet and went really clean, and I was like, wow, the pain's just going to be gone, I'm going to be all fine, because I did kind of feel like that. But as I've realized recently, that most likely won't last, and there will be times when you have to deal, like you won't be getting the 8s or the 10s out of 10, or the 10 out of 10, but you will have a 0 to a 5 relatively often, or at least I've found. And I started to get down on myself a bit as to like, oh God, this is like just constant. I thought this was going to be gone. I've nailed the diet. Why am I still getting bits of discomfort and pain here and there? And it's because, in my case, the SIJ has eroded away from this disease. Just cleaning up the diet does not suddenly reform the sacroiliac joint, or this, if it's your lumbar spine that's already been eroded, it's not going to suddenly go away. There is a structural issue here. There will still be pain, and most likely you've done absolutely nothing for the time that you're trying to sort this out. So you think you can just suddenly come back to training, suddenly come back to trying things, and your body's going to be absolutely fine and have no issue. No, that isn't going to happen. You have to be able to accept the fact that there is going to be some pain, there is going to be some discomfort. Once you accept that and realize that maybe training on a 3 or a 4 or a 5 out of 10, you will be okay. And maybe it's not like you're looking around the gym or looking at other people thinking, oh, you're so lucky you don't have to deal with this. Tough, this is what you have to deal with. Don't let it hold you back, and don't let it stop you from doing everything just because there's a slight bit of discomfort and pain. So yeah, that is point number 2. Point number 3, building around the pain points and the weak points. Most likely, if you have done very little exercise and you've had serious like discomfort and being a bit asymmetrical in how you move, there are going to be some pretty big weak points and pain points that you have to deal with. And the point isn't to avoid those pain points. For me, it's like I've said, it's deep in the glutes, it's the sacroiliac joint. I know for a lot of other people with Ankylosing, it's more the lower spine, lumbar spine. That isn't an indication that you should stay away from the stuff and just do some bench press and some calf raises or wherever there's like the furthest away from the issue you can get. No, it's telling you, and it's very important that you need to build around these areas. You need to strengthen up around the glute med, the glute max, the multifidus, the abs, the erector spinae. You need to build these muscles that are around these weak points and these pain points, so that the pain will have more support, or the issue, the joint issue, the spinal issue, will have more support from muscles around it, and you'll be stronger around it, giving the body less reason to feel any sort of threat or any sort of issue in the body, so it won't give you as much pain. So number 3, make sure that you do some sort of strengthening of the spine, or some movements of the spine, some strengthening of the glutes, even with a bit of discomfort. Coming back to number 2, make sure you do strengthen around those areas. Just Google, YouTube, exercises, training methods for building around those weak points that you've got, and I'm sure there'll be something that's of use. If you are still unsure, give me a message or comment, and I'll just point you in the right direction to where I think, to what exercises might be good and what exercises have helped me. Number 4, don't be stupid, mate. Don't be stupid. I have to remind myself this very often. I have done a lot for the past 2 and a bit years. The repercussions of me being stupid now are less severe because I've got one sorted and I'm starting to do these 2 things. But it's still important that I am not stupid, because I still get told off and set back a bit every time I am. I don't need to explain what I mean by that, but I mean, perhaps I do need to myself. If you've done very little and you've got a weak body and a body that's been in a lot of pain, and you suddenly think that you can go from 0 activity to an hour's run or a 2-hour training session, some high intensity intervals, playing tennis for an hour, whatever, you think you can suddenly jump to like a much higher level of activity, you're probably going to be told off massively by your body, and it's not going to be very happy, and you're going to set yourself back more. So really do build slowly. Do not be stupid, and that will get you to the place you want to be in the best amount of time possible. So to just listen to your body. Don't be too harsh on yourself for not being able to do what you used to be able to do. And yeah, that's point number 4. Final point, number 5, get the right support. I've had many different people help me over the last 2 and a bit years with this pain, this injury, without knowing what it was most of the time. Some have been very good, some have been not very good. But at the moment, and since I've got number 1 in place, as I keep saying, and the rest in place, it then became, the next step became quite clear that, okay, now I really do need someone else's help, advice, support, just someone to be able to talk to. And the benefits from that, and like the instant feeling I got when I started again with a coach and with a physio, I was like, fine, like someone else to help me with this, as opposed to taking on this whole issue myself and thinking I've got to deal with it all myself. Finding someone who can really help you. Maybe they don't know exactly what to do in terms of, they're not like ankylosing spondylitis experts, which there aren't many at all. I'm trying to find some. If you know any, let me know. Maybe they're not, but maybe they're expert in certain areas, or know how to strengthen the body, know how to build in weak areas, then they will be able to help you. And obviously find someone that you can not relate to, but find someone that is good, it makes you feel good and makes you feel supported and pushes you as well, and someone that really cares about you. And it makes a world of difference just having that someone else who isn't your partner or home or whatever, or mum or dad, who is going to try and help you. So they are my 5 important points for training with Ankylosing. if you've got any questions at all, then just put them in the comments, send me a message, whatever. Go and check out my Instagram and send me a message on there, it's probably a bit easier. But yeah, thanks for watching. Best of luck with everything, best of luck with your training. It will get better if you find what works for you. Maybe some of these will work for you, maybe not, but yeah, all the best.